Well, I feel like it's what this program stood for every step of the way. I mean, this team is going through, and I know we went through some stuff last year, nothing like what's going on in this locker room. And the character, the guts, the toughness of our kids to battle. I think they've showed it the last 4 weeks, and they showed it again today. And we were able to make enough plays when it mattered the most to finish the game. So, really proud of our kids.
What is the difficulties you guys are going through right
I mean, Trav, you know this. Come on. Like, I mean, you see what's the challenges and what's up, what we're under, and they don't flinch, man. I mean, the next guy up, we're the amount of guys that have played defensively. I think Ben Bramer played the game today. Like, you lost another great guy on offense. The toughness of Rocco Beck, it's fitting that he makes the critical play at the end of the football game. Aiden Flores just kept growing. It's critical. I think it's typical that here's this young guy that changes the entire face of the game. And then, man, the amount of guys, Josh Patterson got an interception today. Just the amount of guys that are making plays and not wavering, not flinching from the standard. And like I said, I feel like we played that way really for 90% of the other games, and we just haven't had the ability to make the play in the moment. But those guys are growing with confidence. They're getting better every day, and they made the plays today.
now? What was it like watching Aiden return to full?
Yeah, it was awesome. It hasn't happened here since Trevor Ryan and against Kansas. So in 2017. So, for that to happen, and man, he's been close this year early in the season, and then we lost him for a while, and having him back has been huge. And obviously, we had the fluky deal go against us, against whoever that was in terms of the game, and usually those things swing back at you. And for that young guy, he's just keeps showing he's a critical piece of our football team.
It seemed like you guys have been desperate for a play like that, a game-changing, flip everything on its head play. What was it to get that?
Yeah, I just think vindication. It's like what you teach every day, right? Like, there's two responses to adversity. You either quit, right, or you struggle through it. And it's like we've said, I don't know anybody that ever quits their way to the top, but I know a lot of great teams and players that struggle their way to the top. And I see this group, man, it's made up of the right struggle, and they just keep pounding forward. So really proud of our guys.
What can you say about Ben and Seattle score a touchdown?
Yeah, as tough as they come, I think you put it really, you had a great question earlier this week just about where he's at, and to be in the hospital room and last Saturday to be here in the first quarter, and he's the guy that kind of sparks it for us is just remarkable. And I think it says everything about his toughness and character. And, I give a lot of credit to our medical team. I thought they were unbelievable last Saturday in the heat of the moment. The care that, Joe and our staff did, and obviously the care at Mary Greeley, they were incredible, and they really took great care of our guys. Yeah, again, once we got the great news on Saturday, we were pretty limited on Tuesday. He was able to practice a little bit on Wednesday, and then, he's full go by Thursday. So he wanted to play. I think it shows his character, his guts, his toughness, and really proud of him.
That you guys eventually went for, you came out, lined up the punt, call timeout. Were you going to punt it, or was that?
You'd like to know that. Yeah, you'd like to know that. Well, we were looking for something. They kept defensive safe out, so it wasn't the look we wanted. So we ended up going for it on the offensive play.
Taylor's call.
Yeah, and a great job. That was off of the play we ran for the 2-point conversion, and we kind of felt like it was there, and we talked about it on the sideline, and that felt like, man, if we needed to use it at some point in the game, we were going to use it. So great call, great execution, and obviously Rocco, great job on his end.
What do you say about his day?
Gritty and tough. It's kind of what you keep seeing from this kid. He's grinding through hard right now, and physical hard, and there's nobody better to grind with than this guy, and she shows you what he's all about when it matters the most. Yeah, I think Bake will be okay. Gabe, we'll have to wait and see. We'll know a lot more hopefully here in the next 2 days, and I'll certainly let you know. Yep. Awesome. Thanks.